How you guys doing this evening?
How you doing?
I'm here with priapism.
Hey.
How you guys doing? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves for those of the audience that might not be familiar with the band members.
Alright, I'm Aani Schaperow, drummer of Priapism.
Paul Marak, vocals.
Mike Schick, guitar.
Excellent. Right off the bat, let's start off with your name, priapism. Where did it come from? How'd you guys decide on that name?
Basically, my pops, a long time ago, I was in a band with him, me and Paulie, and we were throwing around the name a while back, and my pops went to, I don't know, he was banging some Russian chick, and he went to go get some Viagra or some shit, and basically, the doctor told him about a priapism, said don't eat too much of this, you'll get one. He was like, wow, that's a great name for a band. So we wanted to call that band Priapism, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be in a band with my father named Priapism. There was just something weird about that.
It was really weird it coming out of his mouth.
But years later, a couple years later, we started another project, something that I thought was completely brutal and disgusting. We figured Priapism was good for that.
Excellent.
Here we are.
It definitely is a name that leaves an impression. Now, how long have you guys been together?
Probably about 10
Going on
10 years.
Yeah, about 2000. We formed the band around 2000.
2000.
Yeah, I started playing with you guys October of 2000. So
Yeah,
back in
shit.
November.
You joined the band probably like 6 months into the band, I would imagine, right? 6 months?
Yeah.
A year?
You had 3 songs now.
We had 3 songs, not even yet, so we basically all 3 of us are the starters. And
This is a pretty long project. It
it's
sounds.
a very long project, yes.
We're definitely serious about it. We've
Serious
been in
about
it for a long time. We're all bullshit and whatnot.
Now, it looks like there's a member missing here today. Your bassist. I heard there was. You
Yeah,
gotta let him go.
yeah. Well, he just wasn't making his practices and his gigs, and just wasn't putting all his heart into it the way we need somebody to do that. And yeah, we basically are just hunting for a new bass player. We actually got a new guy. We're trying him out. We tried him out. He's good, and he's in training right at the moment. So
What's his name?
Kelly. I don't even know his last name.
I don't know what his last name is.
Well, he's in training.
Oh yeah,
He's
Paul.
in training, so he's not important yet. Until he actually starts learning more than 3 songs, then we'll learn his last name.
You don't get a full name until you're out of here.
Yeah, until you learn at least 4 songs, and then you can maybe get your last name out, and then we'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about practice being important and stuff like that.
Very
You guys put in a lot of time and stuff like that.
We used to more.
Well, these days we practice once a week, and that's all it really calls for.
It's a little harder
Get
now.
together once a week, and if we have a show, maybe twice a week, but usually just once a week to just work on new stuff.
And like a couple hours, or is it usually?
It's
Oh,
usually
yeah,
like-
2 or 3 hours. We're always up there for a while.
We say 2 to 3, but usually winds up being
To like midnight.
4.
Yeah. It's usually like 7 to midnight.
It's a guy's night out. It's where we get to go drink
Exactly.
beers and hang out and play our music and do our thing.
Now, for some of the audience here that might be new or just watching the show and never heard of you guys, how would you guys describe your music to these new fans, potential new fans?
It's technical death metal.
Yeah.
Basically, it's
Death
very
metal.
technical death metal. We try to incorporate just not the technical aspect, but a powerful aspect. And Paulie influences a lot of that. He likes his hardcore, and we definitely throw tastes of that into our technicality and all sorts of.
It's got to have enough groove to move people around. And
Exactly.
get everybody into it, but enough technicality we don't get bored of playing it.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
we got to keep it evolving too, because as soon as we hear something that reminds us of even something we've done before, we got to change it because we've already done that or we've heard somebody else do it.
That's why it takes us like 3 months to write a song.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you find yourselves like most bands would say that they have influences, other bands that sort of influence them and stuff like that, but with the approach that you're sort of telling me, it sounds like even though you might have an influence, you try to stay away from any sort of imitation.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be some of the influences for priapism?
I'd say Priapism is a mixture of almost like, I mean, everybody sounds like Pantera.
We all have
I want
our
to say a
own-
little bit of Pantera mixed with like death, Chuck Schuldiner sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We definitely have a fusion metal, sort of
It's a lot
sound.
of technical stuff like Atheist and Cynic and stuff like that, and
Monstrosities, Malevolent
Cannibal
Creations.
Corpse.
Gorguts, all those Canadian death metal bands I love.
A lot of us are more into the older school death metal than to opposed to the newer stuff.
Deicide, Cannibal.
I mean, we enjoy this newer stuff, but we're more, we grew up more into the older stuff because we're older, you know what I mean? So
Even down to the old school thrash.
yeah.
Oh yeah, old
Shelter
Megadeth,
or
love
something,
old
yeah.
Megadeth.
Exactly.
We can go on and on
Metallica,
about
all
bands that
that
we love, you know what I mean?
Well,
Very
you know.
close by stuff. And then we go on and on.
One could say that a band is defined by the bands that it loves and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Now, one of my favorite questions is, there's always those bands out there that everyone's proud to say that they listen to, but occasionally people hold that that one band or that one song that they like that they're embarrassed to let their friends know that they like. Do you guys have anything like that?
I'm not embarrassed of any band I like. Well,
Really?
Maybe some, but we won't
Okay,
talk.
well, give me one. Give me one.
I don't even know. I mean, I listen to a lot of rap music, so
You're not gonna talk about your Sign Madonna album.
I don't talk about Madonna or Sharon.
Check out my Lady Gaga.
That hits the heart, man. Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of stuff that's, I like country stuff like that, so I mean, that which has no influence whatsoever in the music I play,
I love Charlie Daniels, but I ain't ashamed of that one bit.
I'm not ashamed of anything, but, I'm just,
Well, yeah,
nothing
but
you would really tell people that listen to death metal, I listen to, Hank Williams Jr. and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
what? You know what I mean? But
I mean, we all have that it doesn't people get one impression of us and they think that we listen to certain kind of music, but there's always that one style out there. They'd be like, really, you listen to that?
I would definitely say one band that influences us all, and we're all very highly fans of, is Pantera. And,
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's basically a band that we all grew up listening to as kids.
To me, they're our Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
Even though Black Sabbath is our Black Sabbath.
Yeah, we love Black
Pantera
Sabbath.
is our Black Sabbath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, Pantera is definitely the band that definitely got us probably going, playing music and doing all that, and so.
They're a good example of what did it all too. They had the technicality, the simple groove.
Yeah, they were out of
Stuff you
trance.
can lock onto and that stuff you can learn from and never really play properly because it's.
You're right, because they're tricksters.
Yeah.
They're so tricky with what they play. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dude, you're sick. It's
Definitely
a shame.
Pantera.
Such a shame that Dimebag will never be around again, man.
Yeah, it's a shame. Rest in peace, Dimebag.
Cheers to him,
Cheers.
dude.
Yeah.
All right, now moving away from some of those questions and stuff like that. Do you guys have anything in the works right now? Are you currently working on an album?
Oh yeah, we got
Absolutely, we got full length coming out.
very,
Really?
very
10
technical.
songs. It's coming out amazing.
We're pretty much the final mix down and then get it mastered and then gotta work on the artwork and stuff. We'll probably be doing 2-3 song samples to pass out in the meantime.
We've been working on it for about a year now.
Yeah, we've been in the studio on and off about a year, and it's about done. It's almost done. We just gotta master this stuff, get the artwork together, and we got ourselves a sweet product, and it's awesome. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's definitely probably our most heaviest album we've
Gotta
done.
give shouts out to Joe at Full Force Studio for
Yeah,
that.
Full Force, definitely. He's
Absolutely.
Long Island over there.
yeah, definitely a great engineer, great producer.
Yeah, dude, that's what
He's
he's doing.
definitely doing what we want,
Now, for up and coming bands, the hard part is always getting the album out, finding money and stuff like that.
yes.
Is this you guys all financing it yourself?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
which is the hardest thing about it. We're not no rich kids, you know what I mean? We work, 40 hours a week, and pay bills and all that, you know what I mean? So
Especially
it's,
when you had to work 40
yeah,
hours.
well, some people have the luxury of working more than 40 hours a week. It is such a luxury, but
Well, we're all paying for it.
we're all paying.
But it's just, and we actually got a good deal considering the product we got.
Yeah, we're good friends with Joe.
We're good friends with Joey, and
I've
he's
known the
hooking
kid
it up.
since college. He knows exactly what he's doing and he'll do whatever deal he can for us while still being able to pay his bills off, so.
Now, like you were saying, that's obviously the hardest part. Is
It's the hardest part.
what is the worst job you've ever had to do to make money?
The worst
The
job.
worst job. The worst job. The one.
And I've worked about probably 300 jobs in my life, man, and I would have to say,
Talking about the one with the mouth, Paul.
no, I don't know. Fucking asshole. No, but no, definitely the worst job is probably for me. I mean, I used to do a lot of masonry work, and that just really sucked. But I mean, I do construction. The worst job is what I do now, actually. So it all sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, roofing sucked.
Roofing sucks. Got to do roof tomorrow actually, but I'd have to say probably the band is definitely the one job I would want to have. But
Yeah.
it's very hard to get.
What about you, Lonnie? What's the worst job you've ever had to do to make it by?
Besides my 3 weeks in Panama City having sex with foreigners. No, I don't know. No, I don't know, man. All my jobs are okay. I don't know. I've never had a job that I really don't like that much.
Really?
Yeah, I don't mind working. I like it.
What about you, Mike? You ever had one of those shit jobs?
A shit job, like where I drive around trucks with no heat in 0-degree weather and break down constantly.
Was that a pizza truck or?
No, this
He actually does
this
that
would-
too.
Yeah, that would be the second job.
That would be the second worst job.
No, actually, that was fucking straight. They beat me on that one.
Oh.
The other one, I get to deliver dead animals and just freeze my balls. Let's not go into detail on that one because I might get fired.
All right. We'll move on that one. Now, have you guys pretty much stick to Connecticut playing gigs and stuff like that, or do you guys
Lately we
travel?
have, but we are trying to get back out there. Once we get our CD out, we're trying to, get out more into New York and Mass. We have played in the past everywhere, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, anywhere in the East Coast, basically.
Couple shows down in
Delaware.
The wonderful state of
Delaware, yeah.
We're in Delaware.
I tell you what, Delaware was pretty awesome, man. We had a fun time the first time.
It was a good time.
Then we went there for the second time, and it was like 5 people there.
Yeah,
It was
but
like,
We drove 6 hours for 5 people. Couldn't even match the hours with the people. Couldn't even. 6 people was 5 people.
That's alright, we saw the drunken rednecks roll their fucking Harleys into the bar.
Oh yeah, dude. I seen some of the sickest shit in Delaware. I seen this one dude vomit all over the floor and start snorting it.
Yeah, it was
What?
Yeah.
the dude from Trip to Hollow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Trip to Hollow and the boy snort their own vomit off.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
Those guys.
It definitely were a trip to Hollow, I'll tell you that.
That was it.
Yeah.
And the drunken dude, they had to bring his bike into the bar because
They're all
he was trying to drive and he couldn't even walk. That was awesome.
Is that the highlight of priapism?
That's the highlight
Or
of
is
Delaware.
Of Delaware?
Oh, we got a lot of highlights there.
Oh, we got highlights.
What would be the craziest gig you ever played at?
Yeah, that's
We're getting crazy. I mean, define
Some of
crazy.
us might
Yeah,
have
Everyone has their own definition. What would be your definition?
I would say towards play. My definition is a ripping, crazy crowd. I mean, that's
No, the
crazy.
brick house. The brick house.
Oh,
Hands
brick house,
down.
yeah, brick house.
We're our best
Our own
concerts.
comedy stage.
Yeah,
Whole
That's
town.
Outside of that, I'd say that Toast Play show with Nassau.
That was a sick
That
shot.
pretty sick though.
Good crowd.
Dude, fucking NASA had
Sparks
midget
flying
tank from
everywhere.
meat hooks.
That
That was awesome.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, I would say brick house. Every time we played the brick house, we had at least 150, 200 people there.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's a little bar. We
Yeah,
can
it's
back
just
the
a
hell
little
up.
bar
People
in our
don't ate
hometown.
shit. I mean, just
Hey.
going nuts.
We played the first time we played it. They actually ran out with the bathroom stall. So we took out the bathroom stall, threw it in the mosh pit. People were throwing bottles against the wall behind us.
Yeah,
somebody
dude, that
broke
shit was
into the
like the
jukebox. I mean, it was out of control. It was great. And then the bar, that was the first time we played at the bar. We played. I'm like, sorry about what happened. Like, oh, no problem. We got one of you guys playing there again. We backed it up so much.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we made that like $5,000 in one night. And
it was like my local bar. I go to all the time. So there were, there's.
Yeah, 600
Everybody was
worth
cool.
of damage versus $6,000 of
Yeah,
profit.
$6,000 profit.
Yeah.
I'm cool with this. Yeah.
Our priapism fans can drink, that's for sure. I'll tell you that.
So it sounds like you guys got a fairly passionate fan base.
We
We actually do.
Yeah, we
The
do.
people who show up, they keep showing up for years and years.
They
Oh,
do.
yeah.
People getting older,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we
everybody
gotta
has
break
to
out to the newer
Yeah.
crowd sometimes, but hey, that's fine with us, because new guys rock too,
Do you guys have like a website or something like that you guys
We're on
promote?
Facebook, MySpace.
Facebook,
we had a web page. It kind of went on. We let it go because nobody was even going to it. Everybody was hitting us up on MySpace. You know, it's so accessible.
Simple, yeah.
Why not just use MySpace? That's pretty much what we did.
So
Got everything on there, our bio, this and that, contacts. It's all.
Since we weren't putting our own videos and stuff up, nothing to take up that much space
Right.
to require our own site. Everything else worked.
well, you could even just post links to like YouTube stuff right off of your
Yeah, we got a couple things on YouTube
They
too.
make it nice
Yeah.
and easy.
Nothing great though, just small videos, like 2-minute clips, and we don't have like a full video or anything,
No.
but
We will soon.
we're a little soon enough, but
So you guys actually have management No, you still.
We were working with this one dude, but he did nothing for us.
Did
so-
nothing for us, scam us,
We
basically.
started talking to him apparently as everything started coming to a point where we couldn't go out and do.
Yeah, because we were basically losing our bass player too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It was a tough one.
it's always something, but we keep going no matter what. Keep going.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, you guys have been together for 10 years. It sounds like you guys are pretty committed to this project. What do you want from this, from priapism, this band? You know, where do you guys see yourselves, let's say, in the next 10 years? Where would you like to be?
If it can carry its own weight, I'm fine with that.
No, I'd like to take this new CD that we got coming out with, get worldwide distribution, get signed to a label, go out and do a tour. Hopefully hook up with some great bands that'll take us in under their wing to do a tour, you know, and you know, somebody maybe like open for Guar for a tour or some shit like that. I mean, I seen them, God, they opened for Guar for a tour, no one knew who they were. As soon as they got done with that tour, they were huge. And it's because they were a really good band, they got the exposure that they needed, and I feel as though that's exactly what we need, and we'll be
You're just
where we
looking for
ought
that.
It's all
to
about opening up
where
for
we
a
ought
big
to
band.
be.
Yeah.
We never got offered a chance to. We played at Toast Place a lot of times, and
They never give us good national
they
acts.
never really gave us a national act. And once we got our foot in the door, they got rated, and they fired everybody, and now we have to start from scratch at this. So
Jesus.
basically, that ruined everything. Our 10 years, or I don't know, 8 years at that time, 8 years of work going there. You know, all that just fell through, and now we have to start from scratch again.
Plus now all these metal tours are just package deals. They don't have.
Yeah, they come with 3 bands and open it
They
up.
come from all bands from the
They do a
label,
lot
and
more than it used to be that way. You used to be able to jump on pretty
One
much
local band at every
that
show.
came through.
Mm.
Now it's
Yeah,
just
like
out
that.
there.
you got the Webster Theater. I mean, they charge you. You know, you have to spend like, you know,
Well, you
sell like 30 tickets, but then you got these bands that, you know, they have a lot of money, so they buy like 50 tickets, and then you know, they sell them, or
I've
they
always
buy
been a
them.
little suspicious of that. Who the hell buys 50 tickets?
Well,
A band that has a lot of money.
there's a lot of
But
places to
a lot of people do that, and then they open up for the band, that the big band, and then people like us that sell all the tickets to people, these people come to see us and they miss us because we get thrown out first, and they come all the way to Hartford and miss us. I mean, I wish they would
Yeah,
kind
the
of change
Webster, the
that.
Webster has a pretty shitty situation
could
when
be
it comes to
more-
tickets. Like Codes, at least they give you a handful of tickets, say, bring as many people as you can. Here's a $5 pass. That's the way to do it.
Well, you know, the
Webster
Webster,
wants you to
the Web-
sell tickets.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
tough. It's tough
the
to get
way they
people
do
out
it
to
is,
Hartford.
it's all, you know, it's how they do it, and they don't,
Yeah,
it's not their fault, that's how they do it, they have to make money too, I understand that
It
very
could be
well.
weird though
Well.
too, because you might sell enough, be the first act on the main stage, and yet the third act on the underground stage plays to more people than you, because that's just
Sure,
where
sure,
everybody is
sure.
now.
Yeah.
We've had that happen for us at, what was it, the Anthrax show that we played a couple
Yeah,
years back.
yeah.
you know.
We wound up
Guar as
with
well.
more people than who was over.
Guar was
on the main
perfect
stage
though. We
at
went
that
on.
time.
We actually got hooked up
Wow.
with the Guar concert.
It's just,
The Webster's a
people
good
are
place,
wandering
it's
around
just very
drinking
hard.
at that point. All the bands that
Yeah.
you really want to see
See.
aren't playing yet, so it's all people they've never heard of. You just wind out pretty much at that point closer to smoking a cigarette when you're.
Yeah, it sounds like, it really sounds like luck of the dice sometimes too.
Sure.
Yeah, the Webster's basically luck of the dice, I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably one of the best places, metal places to play, I mean, for,
Toads in the Webster.
so it's in a way, but because that's where all the metal plays in Connecticut,
Yeah.
so I mean, we always want to play there at all times, every time I play there, I've always had a decent show, a great show, even though we play in the underground, but it's just very hard to get into the main stage and get into, you know,
And
the
you
better
have
part of it.
like I said, you might play the main stage to 10 people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the point?
Now that's just, you know, one of the problems, you know, that bands face themselves. What has been the biggest problem for you guys? The biggest thing that's really caused you guys to really have to push through and overcome to keep this project going?
A lot.
It's gotta be just grabbing the sight of somebody who's gonna back us and push us into other places. Somebody to pull some strings and get us a good opening
Yeah.
slot. We always do well. The people that see us always seem to enjoy this. Like, we get the random people that, like, I never really listen to metal, but you guys are really good. We get a lot of stuff like that.
A lot of Connecticut's a lot of scenes with scenes, you know what I mean? Like a lot of death metal bands, not say death metal bands or hardcore bands, but a lot of bands, there'll be like a group of 3 bands, they'll stick together and they'll give each other shows and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. And we've always had that group too. We play with End Time Illusion a lot, we're Our Final Chapter, or Risk on Life. I mean, we play with a lot of bands as well. But it's kind of hard because they got their own groups and they got their own thing going on, and we kind of don't really things. So I mean,
Do you guys like send out demos and stuff like that to places?
Oh yeah.
We have.
I mean, right now we've been kind of working on the CD, so we kind of been staying off the playing shows.
We basically need a solid bass
And
player
a
to
bass
keep
player
it
too as well.
continuously going.
I mean, once
Every
you get-
time we get some momentum, we end up losing a bass player. Because that's kind of revolving doors.
It's been a revolving door for about
We've gone through, this will be our fourth bass player now.
Yeah, this will be number 4.
Jesus.
So
Yeah,
I think
it's gotta
over
make
the
things
10
fun.
years, we've had, this will be our fourth bass player that we're working with now, is Kelly. And hopefully it works out, you know? Can't ever see
I mean,
the
it's not like we
future.
dislike all our bass players.
No, all of our bass players are really
One of our
good
bass players who plays for Garbage Barge.
And
And,
Sisyphus and like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his kid Al.
Good old Al Chavez, he's a good dude,
Yeah,
real good kid.
he's really cool.
And our other kid, Brian Dolly, he was a great bass player, but we just had our differences and he quit the band. And Chud Rodriguez, he was just not dedicated to the band. He was a good bass player, but just not dedicated. Plus he lived in Enfield and he had no car, so it was kind of tough to be there when he needed to be. So, you know, little things, stupid shit like that, but, you know, we haven't found anybody really solid. I think that's one of the main things
Best bass player.
that's been putting us down. One of the things that's been putting us down. A lot of times our sound is so radical that a lot of producers who are helping other bands out in the area, they hear us and they love us and they see the crowd going apeshit for us, but I don't know what it is. For some reason, we have such a radical sound or something that we don't
We're
always
totally
get
different
noticed.
from everybody else. Though, since
Yeah,
our
you would think
influence-
you would think that it would be a good thing, but I don't know.
It's a hard thing to deal with, but I know if we ever hit a scene, we would hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're
Just takes,
That's
it's just
the
gonna
real
take
deal.
someone with a little
It's just-
vision and
it's just-
see.
it's somebody to
exactly.
know.
Van Halen, dude, they tried for months trying to get people to watch them, and everybody said they're either too heavy or too something, too this, too that. They ended up blowing up. Same thing with Pantera. It took them 3 CDs before they actually made it.
Dude, they had 4 on the old shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It takes a long time. The great bands don't always get noticed right off the bat, and I kind of feel like we're in that situation. Not that I'm trying to, you know.
Yeah, we really consider Van Halen a great
Well,
band.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I
I would. I love it.
Van Halen. I think
love
he
it.
also considered a guitar player. I can't stand David Lee Roth. And,
But I'm just saying, sometimes really good stuff gets overlooked by assholes with power, and you know, we just gotta keep at it till we hit it, you know?
It's
And that's
basically
how I look
about
at it.
who you know, and it's very hard. And the scene is so clogged right now with so many bands. That
And to me, we're gonna be playing regardless, because that's, if I don't play once a week, I lose my freaking mind. You know what I'm saying? I gotta play my drums, I gotta play death, I gotta play something.
Yeah, it's
And
not
if
all
I
about
don't do
money.
it, then I don't do it. Then I become just another boring asshole. But if I do it, then we still have this slight possibility of making it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And regardless, we're doing it. So.
You know, we're talking about making it somewhere and going up. What would be the one thing you would want people, let's say 15 years from now, to say about priapism? What would be the mark that you would want to leave on the music scene?
That we were the most badass technical death metal band that New Haven had to offer.
I would, yeah.
I gotta say that we push the limits.
Yeah.
We push.
There's no bands that bring it quite like we do.
We try to push.
That might be cocky.
what we know
It's very cocky.
It's very
without
cocky.
making it over the top technical. So we went through the whole grindcore scene. We were playing through all the Dillinger and the Dillinger ripoffs. Where
Yeah.
it's just a matter of pure chaos.
Mm.
But to blend in that realm of technicality with the nice groove and shit that other people can get into, they
Yeah.
might not understand everything that we're doing, but they like the way
Great
it feels,
riffs,
the way
great
it
riffs.
sounds.
Like coming from like old Pantera, old Metallica, great lifts like that, but like with the technicality.
If we can leave a mark on people that don't understand what the fuck we're doing, simultaneously with leaving a mark on the people that say, holy shit, do you see what they're doing? That's...
And I think a lot of our real fans do acknowledge that we bring it the way we do, you know?
Now, anyone want to talk about the Daniel Street Cafe?
Great place, my boy AJ runs that joint. The the best sounding bar in freaking on the East Coast as far as I'm concerned.
That dude knows what he's doing.
AJ's the man.
And the promoting over there is very good. A lot of people, Milford has a good scene.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those people, every time we play a show there, I mean, sometimes we don't bring a lot of people to Milford because we're all the way in East Haven.
Plus we were just playing there on Tuesday.
And I mean, a lot of people that come there are there just to see metal, and
Oh,
it's actually a
It's a
good.
big help from AJ's band too. The Gates of Ivory is his band.
They're a great band.
They play there consistently enough. They're building up a scene.
You're
which
right.
is one thing that doesn't happen often enough in Connecticut anymore. It's,
Mm.
You don't get a scene where people go out to a bar to hear bands they've never heard of. You get people that are friends of people, so they go to support their friends, and they might find other stuff they like.
Yeah.
This place is starting to build up. Hell, let's go see what the hell these guys are doing tonight.
Do you guys find that the places you go and play for, they do the promotion, or is it pretty much up to you guys
A
to
little bit
promote?
of both.
Well, the only place that actually promotes itself is maybe Bix's Cafe in Brantford.
Yeah.
Because Opus does a good job.
Yeah, Opus does a good job.
Places in Daniel Street is the only
Yeah.
two I can think of.
Yeah,
I mean, we
they
promote-
they help promote it. Usually we gotta do our own promotion.
Yeah.
We want our fans there, we better do it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You
Yeah.
set
We
up
wanna
a
play a
show.
beat show, then we do nothing.
Yeah.
And then we play a beat show and it sucks, we're all disappointed and
Yeah.
depressed. And then when we play a great show, we're on top of the world, drinking with all our fans and having a great old time, you know?
I feel as though the shows we've been playing lately have been good. We haven't
They've
really
been
had,
damn
we
good.
haven't really had a bad show in a while.
Yeah, they've
And
been
we've
good.
just been,
It's
we've
all
been
local shit, but still, it's fun.
it's local shows, and you know, we're playing with good bands. And I actually think the scene in Connecticut is getting a little bigger now than it
Kinda
was.
seems that way.
It was getting, it went down for a couple of years, and now it's been coming back up. I mean, a lot of places are starting to play metal again, so.
I like to think that it's coming back. I like to think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
At least in Brantford, when we play Bix's, everybody shows up on a Wednesday night. It's a beautiful thing.
That
The
is.
place is packed on a Wednesday night. You're like, all right, this is fucking sweet.
Oh yeah, that dude's definitely starting to unite some people.
Mhm.
Yeah, we brought
Yeah.
a little bit of them.
Now, it seems like you've got the Connecticut scene nailed down, like, but what's your favorite place, like, outside of Connecticut? Where would be the one place you'd want to go back to?
If I could
we
rock
play
out
in
a
New
summer
York
show in
sometimes.
Long Island. I know enough people in Long Island that I've known there for long enough that if we could get everybody in that area.
What was our favorite place?
The
That place
Purple
in
Frog
Manhattan.
was pretty
No,
good.
not the Purple Frog. That
Oh, Wild Spirits.
Wild
Wild
Spirits
Spirits.
was
Wild
a great
Spirits
bar.
was a good
They had hot go-go dancers dancing on
That-
the bar, get
that was
booty
in Queens.
shaking.
That was
That was
Wild
Queens.
Spirits in Queens.
Was that Queens?
Yeah,
It was
Wasn't it
good
Queens?
times. I love that bar.
Wow.
I think they closed down. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they eventually.
There's a
That
couple
was- that was
places I
a
want to
great bar.
get into too, like Club Hell, and we played there one time. That was a pretty big place. A lot of good metal
Getting
over
back
there.
there would be cool.
That's
my
in Rhode Island.
hometown. I haven't taken one around outside of there, so I can rock some people in that way.
Now, obviously, the band is taking like a large portion of your time. You working and stuff like that. Do you guys have girlfriends, wives, kids, or anything like that?
The married one is currently urinating.
Yeah. But
Isn't that a true statement you've ever said, ever spoken?
He
You
knew
know.
the question was coming.
Coming,
He
yeah.
removed himself from the equation.
It's a talent you learn when you're married. Yeah.
It is.
me and him are
It's that whole
single.
premonition thing.
We're single. I like being single. Single's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
we're
me,
stuck.
I'm working close to 80 hours a week. I don't have time to really have a significant other by any means.
Yeah, but I'm married. I gotta give a shout out to my beautiful wife Amanda. Love her very much.
Yeah, we all love
Castrated.
She's done a lot for the band over the years.
Yeah,
She
she's
helps
awesome.
out,
She is.
makes our flyers, does our little demo CDs and our packages and shit for us. Gotta give a shout out and a cheers to her. Love her very
So
much.
is she definitely supportive?
Oh yeah, my girl's awesome. She supports the hell out of us.
Do you have kids or
No kids
I
yet,
have,
but we're working on one.
I have a 10-year-old.
you have a 10-year-old?
Marley's got
I
children.
had a kid a very long time
He's
ago.
the breeder.
I'm the breeder. Yeah, well,
Boy,
I guess you
girl?
can say that, but yeah, she's 10. She doesn't live around here right now, but yeah, it's hard having a kid and doing music and stuff like that. But my daughter doesn't live around here anymore, so it's kind of easier for me to do music. But I mean, that's also
tough on you.
it's very hard to pay things for the band when you're paying money for your kid and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I had a kid very long time ago. But
Yeah, well, she's a beautiful girl, Paulie.
yeah, she is.
So it's definitely some sacrifices that
Lot
obviously
of
have to be made and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Last song on the CD, Sacrifice.
yeah. Do you now let's get into that. Let's talk a little bit about how do you guys go about creating and writing your songs.
Basically,
Music-wise,
me and Schick, we get the skeletal pieces of a song together usually. And then we ask Paulie for our info to, what would work here. It all comes together. Songs usually come together over the course of a month. It ain't no quick process with us.
They start from a lot of different places.
A lot of different places, a lot of
Even
different...
these days, we'll start off with a piece that I might have written 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my vocals, I mean, basically, they write the music and then I write lyrics to it.
Yeah.
Well, my lyrics are more of a, I would say more of a hardcore approach than to oppose to death metal. I love all the death metal lyrics and, you know, the grimy murder and all that, but, you know, I'm
Good stuff.
into real life kind of things, real life situations, which hardcore
Pain.
kind of pain, suffering, you know,
Suffering.
you know, respect, integrity, all that kind of stuff,
Life.
you know what I mean? So, basically, my lyrics are more of a hardcore approach, I would say.
More urban almost. More
Is
like,
it, are they of a personal nature, or are they
Very personal nature, yes. I have a lot of songs that are personal towards me or towards somebody I know. You know what I mean? I got songs like Cell Bonds about, I have a friend of mine that went to prison, that's songs about that. I mean, I have, you know, what else would I have? Violent Concept, basically about, you know, girls fucking you over and then you just go crazy.
How about the song about banging dead people? That's a good one.
That one, that one's called,
nothing like a little necrophilia?
that was called Fuck. I mean, that was a very, that was our first song.
Oh yeah, the very first song we ever wrote.
What?
Smell like the dead.
Rejuvenate is more of a, you know, I had a song Rejuvenate, it's about partying. I kind of went off the deep end one time, so.
One time?
Yeah, many times, but, you know, that's, you know.
Oh, do you guys find that gets in the way sometimes of the music, the partying and stuff like that?
It does.
I've had my share.
We've all yelled at each other a few times again.
I've had my share back in the day, but I've been pretty good with it for a long time. I don't do much partying as I used to, and before the shows anyways.
Yeah,
But,
you gotta maintain yourself.
You know, I still party, I still do my thing, you know, but I don't, you know, music comes first before partying afterwards, you know what I mean? That's the way it should always be.
It's the motto.
That's the motto. I mean, nobody wants to see somebody pissed drunk on stage flopping around, you know what I mean?
Creed.
Yeah, like
I would have actually loved to see that show.
even the later days of Pantera, which kind of sucked because Pantera was one of my favorite bands. In the later days of Pantera, they were fucking, you know, it was just a mess, you know what I mean? Flopping around on the ground.
So. He sounded like shit live, but I don't know.
Dude, she never saw the shows of him.
I did.
But
No,
it's all good. I mean, that's cool.
Do you get pretty crazy after the shows and stuff like
Oh
that?
yeah, I do. They do too.
I usually have a couple beers. I don't drink at all before I play. I usually have a couple beers after I play.
Yeah,
And then I got my drum set to deal with and load that in my car. By the time we're done, it's closing time and I gotta run a bunch of gear. So yeah, I don't drink too much when we're playing.
Nah, it's all about afterwards. We party out, you know. Do our thing.
I barely
Yeah, we
smoke
don't-
anything at all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, besides my beer.
Yeah.
Besides my beer.
Can you pass me another one? Yeah.
Just straight it out.
I really don't get anything at all except for Paulie's beer.
Yeah.
The only beers I drink are his.
If I actually gotta pay for it, I would get it.
You ever find that you have disagreements with some of the other bands out there that you're playing with and stuff like that, or is it usually?
Yeah, we've had our stupid bickering
We've
squabbles.
had our
Certain
little
bands. I ain't gonna bring up band names because that's just ugly.
Yeah, but now we're good.
For the most part, no.
We have nothing going on right now with anybody, you know, as far as.
No, we're all cool with everybody. I mean, we're kind of on the radar, you know.
Yeah, we're like, we ain't doing much these days except for
Right.
underground stuff, like we're coming out with a CD. We're gonna hit hard soon, but we're just kind of under the radar right at the moment, you know?
Yeah, I'm cool with all the bands.
At most, we've really had one issue with a band that was pissed that we made $30 and they made 10.
Yeah.
And they kept it going for quite some
Like,
time.
come on.
Yeah, but they don't
We
exist
threw the
anymore.
show, what the fuck?
Do they play well?
No, they
No.
suck.
There you go.
There you go.
And they know who they are.
That was the main part.
They know who they are. And I hope they're watching this interview.
It's like,
If they are, cool.
Now we have to blur that, Paul.
Good.
Yeah, you know how much those pixels cost a piece?
Special thing, yeah.
Well, now is this the album that's coming out? Is that your first album, or have you had?
It'll be the first full length.
We got 3 demos out,
Okay.
like 4 or 5 song demos.
I don't know if you can say out, but we have.
Oh yeah, we've recorded them
We
and
have.
we've sold them at
We've
shows.
always had a hard time with the money to get for the covers. And we basically, we get all crazy, we write more material, we're like, oh, let's record this.
We also did first 5 songs when I first joined the band with our first bass player and when we still had the second guitarist.
Good old Shepard Davis.
Yeah. And then we did 4 songs with the new bass player Brian when he had first joined. We were just basically trying to shop it around, get some money to back us, say, look, yeah, we like what you're doing, let's do a full length. Nothing came around from it, we kind of passed it around, we did another 4 songs, brand new 4 songs. Same approach. So it wasn't like we were trying to put out a product entirely.
Right.
We kind of had a product, but all of a sudden we've got 8 songs that sound differently because Joe had gotten like another
2 different recording sessions,
equipment.
and that's it.
2 years later, $80,000 difference in equipment that we're recording.
Now, are any of the previous songs going to be on this album, or is this album totally new?
One song we redid because we have an interlude track that follows it. But other than that, it's all brand new.
Now, you talked earlier on about trying not to duplicate yourselves and trying to always sort of, push the edge and stuff like that. This new album that's coming out, if someone was to listen to your previous songs and stuff like that, would they definitely see this being different and something new, going in a new direction?
I would think they would see it different, but they will still hear the priapism in it.
Yeah.
We're not, every song we play is totally different from each other, and we've always worked hard to do that. We don't have any songs that sound similar from each other. And
Yeah, like
very
when I
unique.
come up with a drum beat, I don't use that drum beat for nothing else.
Yeah.
Every little section of a song is an original section, and I try not to ever use it again.
And he gets really pissed when you try to get him to do it again.
Yeah, no, I don't. Every drum beat I come up, even if it's straight 4/4, I'll still have to do it differently the next time I come around, because I don't play
We
anything.
do have our unique sounds in each
So
song.
and it's funny though, because anybody who has listened to us over the years knows that there isn't one song that completely defines us.
Yeah.
So there isn't that one like 8-track album that locked us into one sound that we're breaking out of since then.
Mhm.
Everything's just
Yeah, we're hoping to hit that one. Yeah, we're hoping to hit that this time around.
Now, do you,
I'd
now
like to make $20 or something.
that's an interesting concept, because a lot of times when you hear bands, usually they have a certain sort of sound that follows them,
Yeah.
and that's what makes them commercial. That's
Yeah.
what makes them sellable and stuff like that. What if someone came to you and said, well, we want to produce you, but we want you to pick a sound? Could you guys find yourselves in that position where
I'll tell you what, if you're willing to pay me a lot of money and
you might play that 4/4 the same
yeah,
way?
I'll do it for a CD, and then when we finally make it, then I can come back with a vengeance. Then I'll come back with a vengeance. Hell, I'll do Cyndi Lauper songs if you want me to. I don't give a shit at this point. I'm 30 years old and I need to make some money, and I don't want to be doing truck driving jobs for the rest of my damn life. But I will.
Oh yeah, join the club, bro.
Because that's a
Surrounded by
tough
truck drivers. So
It's not like any electrical field.
that's the tough part with some bands, as they start to get popular, and then someone wants to record them. It no longer becomes their music; it becomes the person who's investing the money
I think
into
that's
them.
what we're good with, is they could throw us a straight ahead piece of music. Alani would find a way to completely screw up the rhythmic track, but still have it the way that they hear it. Not being a drummer, they're just going to glance over the main things. And I can do the same thing guitar-wise and melody-wise.
Ain't no label gonna have me sing, I'll tell you that right
Yeah, and you know what? We've never been asked to play anything besides what we play. So I mean, it's just like we play what we play because we love to do what we do.
Yeah.
Bottom line, no one's ever came up to us and said, I want you to do this, and if they did, I'd say, listen, it ain't for priapism, but I'll do it under another name. You know what I'm saying? And priapism is what we create. And if they want to sign us to something and make us do something, it ain't going to be under the name priapism.
Yeah.
Because we call it something different, because it ain't priapism. Priapism is me, it's Schick, it's Paulie, and that's it, dude.
Yeah.
So I mean,
basically our main theme and
I'll
our
play
main
other,
approach
I'll
is-
play other shit, but it just comes to
Our main theme and our main approach is groove that people that aren't musicians can grasp onto and enjoy, and technicality that musicians can understand and enjoy. That's it. That's all we go for.
It definitely sounds like you guys got a good down-to-earth approach to this entire thing. And it just looks like you just need that one big break to, sort of catapult you to the next level.
absolutely.
We've had a lot of our major, well, I can't say a lot of, but enough of our actual influences and our inspirations that have enjoyed our music over the years as well, which is always nice feedback to get.
Yeah,
Like the guys from Atheists enjoy our shit, which is hilarious
Yeah,
because they didn't even exist anymore when I first joined the band. I got into them then, and now they're back and just released a new album a month ago. And
Yeah.
it's just funny.
We sent them, I sent them, because I'm a huge fan of the drummer Steve Flynn from Atheist. So I talked to him on MySpace. I was like, dude, I love you guys. I've always been a huge fan of your music. You're an amazing drummer, huge influence on me. And he wrote back, he goes, I checked out your music, man. I'm a huge fan of you guys. You guys are fucking amazing. He was like, thank you for contacting me. He was like, I want one of your shirts. We sent him a shirt, and he told him, and he got the shirt. He writes back, he goes, dude, my wife stole my new shirt, dude. You gotta send me another one because his wife loved the shirt so much. But I'm just saying, it's really cool, man. MySpace is a great thing because you get to talk to these people you've always been fans of.
Yeah, it's a shame it's gone now.
It is a shame, dude. The MySpace is kind of like the underground thing
It's
now.
gone, but it's not gone.
No, it ain't gone, but
it's still
it's,
there.
nobody's really on it no more. Nobody checks it. Like,
See, when I was
got
younger,
Facebook now, you have access to all
Facebook,
these
I don't know.
people.
It's like,
when I was younger, I grew up with a band called Town Trooper in Connecticut.
oh yeah,
I lived from Bristol, and I met up with the guitar player, and I gave him one of my CDs, and he gave me a little thing on Facebook telling me how he thought it was sick and shit. I was like, yeah, you guys like it? He was like, yeah, you guys are the bastard son of Tyrant Trooper, he said, which was pretty cool, because I grew up, a big fan of Tyrant Trooper, so that was pretty cool.
is that what he said?
Yeah, and I thought, yeah,
That is cool.
real cool.
Now, have you guys ever tried to approach any of these bands to play for them or anything like that?
Yeah, right now, like we said, we're looking for a bass player, but we approach everybody in Connecticut.
Yeah, I actually approached Atheist. They were going to have us open at a big show playing in New York City, but broken promises, they never really came through.
Well, they don't
Understandable,
have-
they don't really know us. We're not on a,
Yeah.
close basis or anything, so, shit falls through all the time. But at least the intention was there. They said, hell yeah, we'd love to have you guys open for us.
They couldn't finally pull the trigger.
Yeah, they're playing a show. They're not hosting the show where they can
Exactly, yeah.
There's
There's only so much
suffocation
to
be another thing. We've known all the dudes from suffocation.
all the dudes
for
from Cell Phone.
years.
We've had the guitar player Terrence Hobbs
Yeah, there's
solo on a couple of our demo CDs. He's
He's
laid
done
down
about
solos,
3 or
which is really
4
cool.
in the past.
It's definitely, this bassist thing is definitely holding you guys up, it sounds like.
Every time we start building momentum, boom. Auto bass player, we gotta retrain another dude. And our songs are not easy to learn.
That's
Yeah.
It
it's a long
takes
time.
6 months before a bass player can actually sit down and play a set with us.
Wow.
I know, it really does. It takes a while, man. Our songs are very
Not
complex.
most bass players are used to the tapping and right-hand tap slides and the other
Oh, that
stuff
shit.
that we need them to actually do to follow what happens.
Mm.
Having one guitarist means you do have to follow me,
Yeah.
and that sucks sometimes.
Basically, we're looking for Billy Sheen if you're out there.
Yeah. Steve DiGiorgio,
Our boy Kelly's good, but
If anybody can
if Sheen
resurrect
wants to
Steve-
play.
if you can resurrect Cliff Burton or Roger Patterson, that's fine.
Lester Claypool, I'm looking for a Lester out there. But yeah.
Wow, I mean, it's, the more I listen, the more interesting your music sounds, and it seems like, you guys are just waiting for that one, like, catapult, everything to sort of gel together. come
One
together.
chance.
We're hoping for the
Yeah.
CD.
The brick.
When we
And
start
the
doing the
CD.
CD release,
Do you guys actually have a date for that?
not yet. We don't have a date. It's almost done. We're just waiting to get the mastering
And, we're
process done.
set
Be
back.
happy
We
with
don't
the
have
recording.
album artwork or anything, so we can't really.
I said,
We're
I would say
young.
probably maybe within
Absolutely.
We gotta be on top of that
ASAP.
ASAP.
maybe like 3 months, so that probably about 3 months.
What's the name? Do you guys have a name picked out for this album?
We had a couple
This
names.
is the name we're gonna say what we had it for a while. I mean,
The first name we chose, well, I chose was
Okay.
Hey, right on back, right?
That
was
Oblivious Unraveled.
Oblivious Unraveling was the first title for the CD we came up with, and then we were throwing around this other idea:
Pay, pray, obey. I like that
pay,
one.
pray, and obey.
Yeah, spelling pray, P-R-E-Y.
I like the other pray. You know.
I like
whole
to take it
religious
away
thing.
from, it takes it away from the religious,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
throws it back on the religious.
Either or. I think
Either
either
or,
or.
we'll have
It's
a
still
killer
up
name
in the
for it,
air.
and it's gonna be killer, and you all will enjoy it.
Oblivious Unraveling is just like society. We're just unraveling and we don't even see it before our eyes. Everything's just coming apart and you don't even notice. You're just living your fucking life.
Sanity, too.
You're just living your life, man.
Yeah,
Oblivious
so-
Unraveling.
It's true. It's true. I mean, like when you guys look around, I mean, obviously you see things happening in the music scene and stuff like that. But let's just take a look at our country for that matter and stuff like that, and everything that's sort of going on with America and stuff. And just like you said, it is unraveling. Do you guys feel like like some of your music might express some of the concerns that maybe the youth might be viewing? Because I mean, I'm a huge Rage Against the Machine fan, and obviously every one of their songs is riddled with anti-government, anti-establishment.
Yeah, I mean, more of we're more of the approach of now what's going on in society today. I mean, my lyrics are all about all what's going on in society today.
Yeah.
Basically, this whole CD is all about the world.
And not only is that title just about society, it could be just about yourself every day, just you. It could be so personal, oblivious unraveling. You're just unraveling every day. You go to work and you screw up and and all of a sudden you sit back. It's just life, you know what I'm saying? I think it's an intriguing title to a CD, which has a lot of depth and meaning for us. We put a lot of time and effort into this, and
it's
a powerful statement, oblivious unraveling.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of people who just go about their 9-to-5 world and are completely oblivious to anything that's
You're just
happening.
doing your thing.
Even right next to them, sometimes they're oblivious, to what's going on.
Every cigarette is one more thread unraveling to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be just anything.
He said cigarette.
They need to go cigarettes.
Cigarettes are great.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's just everything. It's just life, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely I think it's definitely one of the big plagues that we see today in this modern age is that we've all become sort of numb to the world around us. We're just sitting in our cushy little jobs and we're afraid to stand up for what we believe in, and a lot of times too sometimes that has to do with the music too, and what's going on out there. You take the 60s. The 60s had a cause and they had their motion, but their music sort of drove their youth to, stand up.
They had a real solid
so they all
message.
knew that they had the same cause.
Exactly.
Got them all in the same area.
See, the hippies are known for more of a peaceful, positive message. I'm more of a hateful, revengeful
Hippies
message.
were all about save the world. We're all about it's pretty much fucked, dude.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest,
I love the world. I think it's great, but
I think it's great, but I certainly think it's not safe by any sort of means.
Where we live is about the safest as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? America, beautiful thing. You gotta love this country because we are loving it up or living it up over here. You go to other places around and it is just pure warfare, starvation, just depravity, just all sorts of sick
It's
shit.
tough everywhere. The European Union's falling.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
Well, we've got our own problems here too, and I really think that the youth really needs to sort of rally up and change the direction. I think some of these politicians are putting sending this country down.
yeah, we need to start worrying about our own problems and other
There's
countries' problems.
so
That's what I
much
think
on
it is.
one side and the other that people down the middle have to know what is actually happening.
Oh yeah, speaking of politicians, I came up with the best porn name ever.
Oh my God.
The best porn name, Colin Plowell. Dude, that would be me, Colin Plowell.
Is that gonna be your new nickname now?
Dude, if they want to call me that, so be it. But dude, that's my porn name.
Sure, your wife is.
Unfortunately, you can't do porn because he's married.
I was just gonna say, your wife might have a little hard time.
Alright, Paul,
with
you
that,
know.
That would be my porn name. My porn name would be Johnny Depp. But,
That's not bad. That's not bad.
that's
Mike, come on. You're the only one. You don't have a porn name.
Apparently, I'm the only one that hasn't spent time on
He'd
it.
be Danny.
No, he'd be the
Danny
incredible bulk.
Blubber.
The incredible bulk.
Danny Blubber.
That's actually not bad, dude. That's not
I'll take it.
Yeah. There you go.
I come up with some pretty good porn names.
Okay, none of them compared to Colin Plowell.
Jesus, dude.
Anyways, let's start going on with something else.
Yeah,
Oh man.
man. Speaking of damn politicians.
Now, Sounds like you guys definitely have a lot of fun when you're out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
We
all
have
fun.
to, otherwise we're gonna lose our fucking minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. Now what was the most fun that you had with a band out on the road?
Wow. We've had a lot of fun.
I
I'd have to say Anti-Illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I
got
got
Anti-Illusion having definitely a lot of fun.
that fucking video clip that we got where we're all dancing to disco in a bar.
Last
In like
place,
Mass somewhere. That
yeah,
was
we
ridiculous.
thought
That
we
was,
thought
that was Legends.
we played this place Legends, I believe. Where was that?
It's,
It was
Grouse
Grouse.
Ferry.
Yeah, Grouse Ferry.
Grouse Ferry.
And we were hanging out Anti-Illusion. Every time we drink, we start drinking. They always bring the bottle of Jack Daniels, and we just party out. I mean, right after the show, we had a party, and right after the show, man, they had like techno playing at the end of the show. The kid was doing the worm on the pool table.
That was Dave.
We ended up smashing the pool table light up.
Dave humped his way right through the pool light.
Yeah, we just destroyed.
Oh no, that was the kid who was in the fucking the jacket. The Tom Selleck jacket.
I would party with them. I would say they were fun to party. We partied a lot with them.
Oh, those dudes.
Those other good dudes. We did it.
Half-shaped yak.
Half-shaped yak.
Those guys are hilarious.
I mean, there's a lot of bands that party a lot more than others, and
Guys from our final chapter.
our final chapter, they partied. They fell off the face of the earth.
Guys from Kevorkian.
How about fucking Our Father Panic? We used to fight with those assholes.
I ran into one of them recently, which is hilarious.
Who else? Only Hell Remains. Which
yeah.
called Kobe Vassarol, which I have the shirt on right now.
Closet.
Where the hell did you get that shirt? Where did you rob that?
Which,
I get free things. I get free things being a rock star.
Rob that?
He's got his connections.
I got my connections. This is a rock star, I
they
guess.
don't like it.
Gonna be a rock star making no money. But
Now
You get paid in shirts and
beers. Fine by me.
let's start dishing some dirt here. What would be if you guys were to talk about each other? What would be like an embarrassing incident that you could say about your fellow bandmates?
I don't think we're gonna be.
Is it possible?
Paulie fell off the stage one time while I
Yeah,
hammered.
don't mention the other one.
Wait,
We
fell
got
off the
some
stage?
bad areas.
We got some bad areas, but we can't mention the one with Miss Russell. But
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you were going.
Let's go with Paulie falling off the stage. What happened with that?
Oh,
that was a long time
He
ago.
drank too much. He went on at 1 in the morning.
Oh, that's when the rule came up that he drinks afterwards and not before.
He found a way at Daniel Street to wedge himself behind
See,
the
with
stage.
us, we keep our embarrassing stuff that we know about each other with each other. We don't tell anybody about because it's very embarrassing. And
There's certain things we can touch on that are embarrassing, then there's other things
that are not gonna hurt anybody else's
possibly
feelings.
gonna
But yeah, it's funny shit. I
When
mean,
you know people for 10 years, it's like, yeah, I
And
didn't
that's
kill you
honestly
then,
on
so I
stage
probably
is
won't
probably the
now.
worst thing. I mean, what else? There really ain't that much.
we got some bad. We got some.
No, there's some shit, dude.
We got some demon shit, but
No?
we keep that.
I don't know if I can
That
get
stays
into.
between the three of us. We can't get into any of it. It stays between the three of us. That's
Sometimes
the reason why you had the
think
band in
about
the first place. You keep your crazy shit to
Alright.
That's how you keep your band.
yourself.
Mutually assured destruction, you
Yeah.
know?
The unspoken
It is
truth.
usually
You don't
amusing to
talk
watch
about
your
it.
vocalist finish a set on his back screaming into a microphone.
I've done a lot of the embarrassing things are on me opposed to anybody else, but
Paulie likes to drink a little bit.
yeah, I used to like to party a lot more than I do now.
Yeah,
But,
bullshit.
Well, partying before shows than after.
Oh, okay,
You
yeah.
just changed the
He
time.
moved it back from like
Yeah.
9 to mid
Yeah, I used to go crazy. I was a lot crazier than I'm getting older now, so I got to keep it a little later,
He's going through menopause.
Going through menopause,
So it's all cocooning down there.
Anyway.
That's a horrible mental.
I hope you leave that on the interview.
Now, when he talks about, living the single life and stuff like that, is that something that you see yourselves carrying through for a while, or is it just, if shit happens, you could see yourselves,
I was just married, so you just might as well go back to the bathroom or something.
I'm gonna go
It's
take a
not
break.
something important to me to go out and find some random hole every night. I don't
Okay.
care.
All
No,
I'm saying
I'm
about
not
these assholes-
even talking necessarily
If they found
about
something
that.
good,
I'm
they
talking
must
about
do it.
like, an actual relationship or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
always,
Paulie had a good relationship, but things
If
fell
it
apart.
works out, it works out. That's great.
good. But.
It's just.
I'm not the biggest fan
Well,
of
it's
music.
not
But
suicide,
if I
right?
can find one I can get along with, that's a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
guess
know, I've had a couple relationships that went a while, but the lifestyle and it's just it doesn't blend. I think for me it doesn't. I like having fun and doing all that, and some girls just want you to settle down and just you're gonna hang out, we watch movies.
Yeah, I know.
I'll watch movies, going out with the boys and doing my thing, and maybe I'll see you later, maybe I won't. So that's how I roll.
Still, the music still comes first.
The
It
music is
it doesn't have to come first. It
For
just has
me,
to be there at
it's-
least once or twice a week.
Yeah, for me, the music is always present.
Yeah, it's
It's
always
running
there no
through
matter
my
what.
skull no matter what.
What?
Yeah.
I will be writing riffs no matter what. I drive around for 8 to 9 hours a day in a truck without a fucking radio. I am writing music in my own skull
Oh
constantly.
my God.
There's
Is that-
at least one train of thought that is music.
How about when you put on like the windshield wiper, the blinker, and you like start coming at the beats with the blinker and shit? I do that all the time.
You know how many old songs that I've rewritten and horrible things that can never be played by the FCC?
All to the rhythm of your windshield wiper,
Oh
right?
yeah,
When
exactly.
it's working.
Yeah,
Does-
That's,
does
that's what
your-
I'm after now.
Does your boss, purposely inflict cruelty by removing the radios, or is it?
His
I
probably.
think they've just made me drive the ones without a radio to hear what I come up with when I get back.
Because that's actually kind of cruel and unusual punishment. If you're going 8 hours in a vehicle without a radio, man, that's.
Oh, it's
It sucks, but you get used to it real damn quick. Before you know it, you don't even realize you're not listening to radio. You're just kind of hearing shit in your own head. At least that happens with me.
what sucks is after about like 7.5 hours when you start having arguments with yourself and losing.
Oh.
Yeah, his kids are
Yeah.
retarded. I don't know.
Yeah, you're just out there slapping the concrete around and shit.
I don't know how they roll. Obviously, I don't want to be a truck driver ever in my life. But, I do come up with stuff while I'm working, that's, work is a venting kind of thing, you want to vent out, and
Now, obviously, the album's taking precedence, and you're still looking for a bassist and stuff like that. So currently, right now, you guys don't actually have any gigs lined up or anything like that.
probably not.
No.
Right.
We're going to be a little screwed for a little while unless we decide. As far as I'm concerned, like a place like Cherry Street, we played at Cherry Street Station in Wallingford for years. That'd be one of the few places that I would be comfortable playing a 3-piece show at. We've done it before. I'd like to do it just for the sheer fun of it. But I don't want to go out and play at a place where we're trying to draw attention when we're acknowledging the fact that it's not a full band.
Full band, right?
And that'd just be a sheer fun.
And it sounds like what you guys were saying earlier, that it's certainly going to be a while before your bassist gets up to speed, and before you're even able to go back and do anything like that. Now, you said hoping 3 or 4 months to get the album out. Has most of the tracks sort of laid down, and it's just the final touches?
It's
all laid down.
Every recording aspect is done. It's
So
now
it's-
just mix, extra sound effects in the background, maybe you want a little more reverb here, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Tiny little touch-ups.
maybe a couple of
We're working on placing the songs together, certain little things,
Yeah.
how it all flows together. We're working on the final product at this point.
Okay.
The
You
final
know what I'm saying?
recording of the music, if we were doing just a demo, it would have been done.
Mm.
Well, yeah. So, but what I'm trying to get at is that the bassist isn't something that's going to hold up the release
Oh,
of
no,
the.
yeah.
of the
No,
album.
it's not. We just
It's
need
gonna
to
be-
Joe, the dude recording us, covered all the bass blanks that we needed.
Okay.
There was a couple little
He's got
spots that our bass
he's
player
got
didn't
one
cover,
solo and a
and
couple
our
others.
engineer ended up filling in. He was a really good bass player, so he just
Oh, yeah.
touched up a couple little spots. It all blended beautifully. Excellent, complete.
So now it's just up to your bassist to sort of learn all these new songs. and stuff
Absolutely.
Like that.
That's what he has to do. That's his mission.
Yeah, it's-
If he wants to stick to it, we gotta find somebody to do it though,
Definitely. Well, we're coming down to the end of the show here and stuff like that. What would be the final statement that you would want to leave with your audience here, as far as priapism?
Wait for our new album. It's coming out probably next year, sometime in March or so, I would say. And look around for us because we're gonna be out and we'll be kicking ass.
Yeah, we'll be coming. We'll be
We're gonna
coming.
be coming around and we're
Tearing it
gonna
up.
stop and play everywhere, every town, every city, everywhere.
CD release party's coming. Yeah, I want everybody to buy a new disc. check out the music, because I honestly believe that it's going to be a monumental disc for people to, who like technical death metal, like any sort of metal, they're really going to dig this shit.
And so they're gonna be able to find that in like your MySpace page when you guys have a CD release.
Absolutely, you
party.
can buy it through us.
Facebook, wherever, whenever
You're
we
going
get
to
that
buy it
thing
through
going.
us. We're going to have it online. We're going to try to get distribution in stores. We're going to try to get signed. We're really
People
going for the
working with us
gusto.
are already pushing on distro through other places, so it won't only be available at our shows. It'll be available hopefully at local shops and everything else.
That's what we're hoping for. I mean, I know CD
And we can do
places.
that ourselves to a degree around here, but I think what these other dudes are looking at is gonna help us push out a little bit further.
Yeah.
Just cause we've been friends with these guys for like 8 years and shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we got friends that are gonna help us push it because people believe in us.
Cool. Cool.
Just as
Well,
much as we do.
well, I definitely, I wish you guys luck, and we hope to be hearing more from you. This is Priapism on The Edge Live. Good luck, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Hell yeah,
Nice
brother.
having you.
Hell yeah. Good time.
Excellent.